publisher of the Watchdog Report on Substack and Party Line's podcast co-host, Kurt Bardella. And I've also got Republican strategist Jeff Burton. Guys, good morning to both of you. Let me just go back to, the president's going to be going to South Carolina today. He's stumping for Darlene Graham. She just had that gaffe this week on the debate stage. Jeff, let me just start with you. Were you surprised that she didn't have a better answer locked and loaded for that night?
Absolutely, and it could very well harm her campaign. And, a lot of candidates make mistakes. She's a first-time candidate and a senator after just a few weeks, so it's understandable that she's not as polished, and I'm sure that's not what she meant, but it's definitely going to harm her campaign. Whether that's enough to actually lose this runoff remains to be seen.
Yeah, do you think it's going to hurt the campaign before next week or before November? Like will this cost her?
Yeah, I'm not worried about Republicans. I'm not worried about Republicans losing South Carolina. That's not going to happen, no matter what the environment looks like. It's just about the runoff next week.
Kurt, this is the exact kind of answer that Republican commentators slammed AOC for earlier this year. Do you think, what do you make of the response? And do you think that Ralph Norman will win because of this?
Boy, she is very lucky that SNL is on summer hiatus, because I could see them dusting off Tina Fey and bringing her out there to reprise a Palin-esque like impression of that debate performance, because that was a train wreck. And you can't ask someone to be a U.S. senator who openly says, I don't know anything about national security. I mean, Republicans are the ones running around always saying, we're the party that cares about America, America first, national security, strong foreign policy. And you're going to put someone in the U.S. Senate to replace Lindsey Graham, who was at the very least a foreign policy expert, who the Senate just said, let's pass Ukraine sanctions in honor of Lindsey Graham, and she gives that answer. That should just be outright disqualifying. It wouldn't shock me if that moment costs her on Tuesday.
What do you think we'll see from Democrats? I mean, how should the party capitalize on this for the next week and next couple months, really?
If I were Democrats, I would take everything I just said and say it over and over and over and over again and run ad after ad after ad. And I would make that comparison to Sarah Palin, because that's the last time we saw someone on that type of stage give that bad of a performance was Sarah Palin. And that's what that moment reminded me of watching that unfold this week.
The president is making this trip today. They'll be in Myrtle Beach together as his approval rating falls to an all-time low. Jeff, do you think that her appearance with him tonight is going to help or hurt her?
President Trump still controls the Republican Party. He controls the endorsements, and his endorsement is the most important thing in a Republican primary, especially a low turnout runoff. So it's going to help her, but whether it helps her enough and whether, like Kurt says, this is as damaging as it could be remains to be seen. But in a low turnout primary, his endorsement and him showing up is definitely going to help her.
Yeah, and we'll take that rally live as soon as they get together later today. The president's poor performance with voters does seem to be bleeding into midterms. The Cook Political Report has shifted several races in Texas and Iowa this week, giving Democrats better chances in the Senate and gubernatorial races in both of those states. Cook now says there are 6 toss-up Senate races this year, almost all of which are seats currently held by Republicans. So, Kurt, do you think the Democrats have the momentum to take the Senate as we now round the corner toward fall?
Yeah, you got a historically unpopular president. And again, I hope that Republicans send Donald Trump to every battleground state and district that's on the map this year, because that only helps us. An economy that's in a free fall, a war in Iran that started for no reason with no clear exit strategy, cost of living going up, energy prices going up, gas prices going up, and nobody has any answers on the Republican Party. And then you couple that with the huge, intense backlash we're seeing towards AI data centers. And just the other day, right here on NewsNation, we watched the president talk about AI data centers with a bunch of tech executives. That is exactly the type of formula and ingredient that results in a massive wave happening when one doesn't necessarily have to. And here in Texas, where I live, I can tell you the backlash to AI data centers is real. Every ad I see on TV right now is about AI data centers. And that's not something any of us were talking about 3 months ago as being the primary issue in the midterm election, but it's going to be.
Yeah. Speaking lastly, before I let y'all go, Jeff, Kurt brings me to a point that I also wanted to ask. Elon Musk is now expected to spend tens of millions of dollars in Texas as a part of this, reported $200 million plan to boost Republican candidates across the country. Do Republicans want him to get involved again this go around or not?
Absolutely. He played a huge role in President Trump winning a couple years ago. He's going to put a lot of money into infrastructure, into grassroots, and turning out Republican voters and some independents. But right now, the polls aren't looking good, like Kurt says, but they are just snapshots in time. And Republicans have 2.5 months to sell their message, sell their accomplishments, and see if they can't turn this around. But absolutely, with Elon helping, it'll help move the needle.
Jeff Burton, Kurt Bardella, got it in it there. Thanks, guys, for your time this morning. Always love having you both.